I don't care that my dad ignored my half-siblings and everyone thinks I'm heartless. My parents split up when I was 3 because my mom cheated on my dad. She got pregnant with the other guy's baby, and that's how my dad found out about the whole thing. My dad was destroyed. They weren't married, so the breakup was easy, but custody was messy. My mom wanted me most of the time, and my dad wanted to split it evenly. The court gave them shared custody, so I went back and forth every week. My mom married the guy she cheated with, and they had more kids together. My dad wanted nothing to do with them, and honestly, I never blamed him for that. Why would he care about the kids from the affair that destroyed his relationship? But my mom and her husband, and basically everyone in my family, had a huge problem with it. They said my dad was taking his anger at my mom out on innocent kids, that he should help them because they're my siblings. When I was 8, my half-brother got left at school. Nobody showed up to get him. I was at homework club and my dad picked me up after. One of the teachers knew we were brothers, so she asked my dad about my mom. He tried calling, but nobody answered. So my dad took me home and left my half-brother there. Everyone acted like this was the worst thing ever. Turns out my mom and her husband were at a funeral with their phones off, and the friend who was supposed to pick him up forgot. Another time I was in the hospital and both my parents came. Some of my half-siblings were there too. My dad bought me snacks and drinks while we waited and took me to get food after. My mom didn't have money and kept glaring at my dad when my half-siblings complained they were hungry too. My dad ignored them completely. My mom and my aunts and uncles were furious about that. They said he should have gotten them something too. My dad threw me amazing birthday parties every year. My half-siblings were never invited. He gave me the choice, but I never wanted them there, and neither did he. Then my mom and her husband hit hard times financially. My dad kept paying for my summer camps and sports and everything I wanted to do. My half-siblings couldn't afford any of that stuff. My mom asked my dad for help and he straight up said no. My mom told me he said he didn't give a crap if my half-siblings had nothing because they weren't his kids. Everyone was horrified when they heard that. A few years ago, my mom and her husband got in a bad car accident. My mom's friend was watching us but had to leave. I called my dad and he picked me up but left my half-siblings there. My aunts and uncles were calling and texting us like crazy, telling my dad to do the right thing and take everyone. My mom was so mad when she found out. There were other situations like this too. All these times my dad could have helped but just didn't. Last time I talked to my mom a few months ago, she brought it all up again. How my dad took his anger out on my half-siblings. I told her I didn't care. I told my aunts and uncles the same thing. They said what my dad did was wrong and cruel. I said again that I didn't care and they weren't going to turn me against him. They asked what if something worse had happened to my half-siblings. I said that wasn't my dad's problem. He only has me and he always took care of me. They reacted like I told them to drop dead. That's when I walked out and moved in with my dad even though I wasn't 18 yet. Nobody in my family has talked to me since except to send texts saying I need to fix myself, that I'm siding with someone who would happily let my half-siblings suffer, that I should care more. But here's the thing. My dad didn't take anything out on my half-siblings. They just weren't his kids. He had no responsibility to them. He didn't owe them anything more than he'd owe any random kid on the street. My mom created this situation when she cheated. My half-siblings have 2 parents to take care of them. Why is my dad supposed to step in and play hero for the kids from the affair that broke his heart?